New this morning, amid high numbers of COVID-19 cases in the valley, some local museums have decided to temporarily close. First News reporter Simone Blair spoke with the National Packard Museum about their decision to close and how they've been able to stay in business during the pandemic. She joins us live.
Good morning, Keely. The National Packard Museum issued a statement earlier this month saying they would be closed for the rest of December. The executive director at the museum told me December is typically a slow month since most people are getting ready for the holidays. And with no international tourists due to the COVID-19 pandemic, they were seeing especially low visitor numbers. National Packard Museum staff looked at COVID-19 cases in Ohio and neighboring states. Then they looked at visitor numbers. Marianne Porinchak says they then made the difficult decision to close through the end of the year.
I have an elderly audience. I don't want to put any of them at risk, and I certainly don't want to put my volunteers and staff at risk. So I looked at that number of admissions and store sales and said, you know what, this is not worth it. We will find this money elsewhere.
The museum is keeping their store open for online sales and has received donations from Packard fans across the country. But Porinchak says the museum has been impacted economically this year, not just from having fewer visitors, but also from not being able to host events. The museum admissions for this year is down over 60% compared to last year. Porinchak tells me their overall income is almost halved this year. Porinchak does let me know that her staff is able to continue working throughout this closure. They are able to social distance in their offices. And she says that this little break is giving them extra time to devote to new future projects. The soonest one will be their Roll Your Own motorcycle exhibition that is set to open on January 8th. She does say, though, that the National Packard Museum is more fortunate than many museums across the country. She's worried that many of them will close due to the pandemic. I'll have more details on that later this morning. Live in the newsroom, Simone Blair, First News This Morning.